The government's rhetoric that universities can afford these cuts because they are all profiting is an absolute joke. Universities do not profit. When a university is lucky enough to post a surplus, it invests in research, infrastructure or student support programs. That's what is under attack with this bill: research, infrastructure and student support programs. We'll lose the things that enrich the country because apparently we're not rich enough to afford them. Minister Birmingham has attempted to mislead the public throughout this debate, trying to paint universities as bloated bureaucracies growing fat on the public purse. But the reality is that cutting universities means making students fund the cuts with higher fees. And let's not forget the hundreds, if not thousands, of jobs that are at risk from these cuts. What does a coalition government think that will do to the communities where the university is the largest employer? In fact, the University of Tasmania is one of the biggest employers in the whole state. Any job cuts in the current economic climate would be absolutely devastating. What does a coalition government have against further education for Australians? If Minister Birmingham wants to talk about reforms, great. Then let's talk about reform. But don't insult us by taking a bill for budget cuts and rebadging it as reform. Real reform would look at finding the right funding balance between teaching and research. Real reform would invest more into research so Australian students can lead the way on breakthroughs in innovation. Real reform asks what are we trying to achieve, not just what are we trying to cut. This isn't reform, this is just plainly speaking a ram rate.